Throw your motherfucking hands.
Get 'em high.
Yo. Welcome back to the 1 AM podcast, man. I'm Rashad Milligan. I'm joined here today by RV Mo and Jelani. Fellas, how you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feel like, feeling real cold lately. You feel me? A little chilly outside. I don't know about y'all.
Like, damn, where's she at? What's going on? No, I'm good, man. I'm cool, man. How y'all been?
I still feel the way about how the whole thing went down for Iceman. So I think this era for me is like affected a little bit just because it's like I feel like I try to show folks love, and then you told me one thing and it wasn't what really happened. And you put the channel in jeopardy for like a whole day. It was a whole thing. Shouts out to YouTube. This is my first time even being live. I didn't get to do an individual live because as soon as I was going to do one yesterday before I left for the festival, my ride, he popped up. And I thought he was going to, come up to my crib. He was like, I was going to take you to so-and-so crib. I said, you right. I do need to go visit them. So I didn't get to stream yesterday. And then, after it was the whole festival and stuff like that. And then I did all the festival stuff. So this is my first time even speaking about it. And, it was just a roller coaster, of like emotions and everything. So I want to say thanks to Mo for kind of keeping my, telling me keep my head up and everything like that. Because I was just like, bro, like this is a disaster, bro. I was thinking about all the worst possible outcomes. And he was like, bro, just keep your head up. And within 24 hours, after 24 hours, we back in business. So shout out to YouTube. Shout out to my YouTube manager, everything like that, man. Drake, I was trying to show love, bro. I was just trying to react to the albums, bro. Show you some love. You said it was whitelisted. I thought they were going to be whitelisted, but I guess that wasn't the case.
He never said that. Yeah, and it's like, Say Cheese ain't OVO, It'd be different if it was like I'll give you even like Ben Don was like, hey y'all, the album whitelisted tonight, if it was Noel, but it's Say Cheese.
Academics.
Yeah,
Say Cheese, I feel like Say Cheese is a reputable news outlet.
No, they're reputable, but I mean like
Jelani, what if they lied about? Like I get how Say Cheese is like looked at as like not a reputable outlet just because like they do interviews with like Charleston White and Rollo and stuff like I get that point, but like on a basic like they report the thing that is right. Most of the time they're gonna report the thing that is right. Yes, 100%.
I can't say most of the time. I'll say they shout out to the dude that runs the page, Sean Cotton. Like I respect him getting to the bag. I'm not a hater at all. I don't know. I don't know how accurate a lot of the stuff today. I feel like they just kind of repost like a lot of stuff that's going on like viral in Black Twitter, and then if it's proven wrong later on, they're not coming back and like they're not gonna go back in the comment section and be like, "Yo, we got this one wrong." It's just like, "Hey, we got our retweets, we got them likes, we got them engagements." You know what I'm saying? We good now. Another thing, I really don't like Say Cheese. I ain't gonna say I don't like him, but you know what really annoys me about that page? Why do they feel the need to Photoshop their logo on every single post? Like, it'll be a picture of like, let's say they do a story about Lil Baby, and they put a picture of Lil Baby wearing a white tee. He'll Photoshop his logo onto the white tee to make it look like it's like a polo logo or something like that, bro. Like, stop, cut it out. But
that's a blog thing in general that a lot of people do, and the reason why I don't like it is because it's like it's not your picture. Like I get it if one of your staff members took the picture and went out and did the work, but they didn't. You just grabbed this off of someone else's social media page and put your logo on it, like you took the picture, like you're stealing. I feel like that's more stealing than the other stuff that people be saying is stealing.
No, I definitely feel that. But
I want to also say Cheese. If we slander and Say Cheese, like I said, I don't have except for okay, you put my YouTube account of nearly 20 years in jeopardy. Okay, all right. I didn't like that. The second thing was them and what's his name? Vlad. They done messed up the whole interview market, bro. You know, like how like they say when trick rapping became a thing and you know the social media trick era and everything, like they messed up the whole market for like dating and you know, now beyond tricking, just general dating and stuff like that. Like Say Cheese and Vlad messed up the interview market because one time I met Rollo when he first got out. I said, "Oh snap, what's up, Rollo? Like, I'm Rashad Milligan. I'm a journalist. Whoop de whoop. I love to do a sit down interview. We literally the office is right by Fan America, everything like that. Like we right down we on English Avenue, stuff like that." He said, "Okay, bet. Get with Buddy." I dap up Buddy. He said, "Hey man, he want to do an interview." He said, "All right, bro. Let me get your contact." Got his contact. Text him the next day. "Yo, nice meeting you, brother. God bless. Blah blah blah." He said, "Peace, King." All right, so Say Cheese. Yeah, we get 12K from them, so we do 12K for interviews. I said, "Bro, you must got me twisted, dog. $12,000 to interview Rollo, bro. It's not Barack Obama, it's Rollo, and I don't even know if I'm paying 12,000 to interview Obama." So I'm like, bro, Say Cheese messed up the game. Vlad messed up the game by paying these rappers and these online personalities thousands of dollars just to do an interview, bro.
Yeah, because I don't think that was. I could be wrong, but like I don't think that was a thing before DJ Vlad. I feel like he low key started that.
He's the first one I ever heard paying for interviews.
But now it's backfiring on him too now because he lost Boosie and he lost Ari Spears too.
But he got Charleston White back though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, it's nasty, man.
For sure.
Just the way you just described that was like, yeah, that's
because you have to know this, bro. Like, so for me, great example, right? So y'all know I had the whole kind of mini crash out situation at the DDG show. Over him that, you know what I'm saying, giving me a drop or whatever. I went to the Keith Lee joint, and let me say this here. Because I'm gonna say it a bunch of other times. Anything Keith Lee, bro, I'm riding with Keith Lee, bro. I don't care. Taraji P. Henson, you can't say his name right. You give him the roles the wrong role and say his wife instead of saying Ronnie Lee. Oh yeah, I'm riding with Keith Lee all the way. Gerald Hudson, you want to pop up and call him DDG or, you know what I'm saying, like do the little troll thing and he take offense to it, I'm riding with Keith Lee. That's why I'm riding with Keith Lee. This man got 17 million followers. Hosted his inaugural festival with 20,000 people there. Of course, if it's your festival with your name on it, each single one of the 20,000 gonna want a picture with you, some time with you, say what's up, something like that. I've seen this joker take every picture requested, smile while he did it, and then he gave me a drop with a smile, bro, and dapped me up and said, "I appreciate you so much for coming out, bro." That's a real one, dog. And so I bring that up to say it'll be these influencers with 100,000 followers on Instagram that I'll reach out to, because a commenter, you know what I'm saying, a subscriber will comment on my page, "Hey, can you interview so-and-so? I feel like they have a good story. They line up kind of with the interviews that you do and the content that you do." I said, fine. It might be a basketball influencer or something like that. I'll reach out to them. "Hey, I have a subscriber they want to see on the page. My name's Rashad. I've been doing this for 10 plus years. Woo-woo." It'll be them that goes, "What's your budget?"
Right.
The jokers with the millions of followers, Rakim, Lil Baby, say Tovin, ain't nobody got no issue with nothing. But the 100,000 followers on Instagram, because they big booty Jew, them the ones that asking what's your budget. And that's the problem with Vlad, Say Cheese. They done messed up the market for everybody, bro. People think now that the standard is to get paid to do interviews. No.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. I mean, it definitely hurts the market, because there could be a lot more good, a lot better, a lot better content out there than what we currently have. If everybody wasn't so stressed to get paid about it, but it kind of just is what it is, man. It's one of those things that it's hard to roll it back. There's gonna always be those people who feel, but Keith Lee has always been like a real one, and so I'm glad you was able to get that drop. I just saw a video of where Scary Movie, what is that, 6 that they're coming out with? They wanted him to do something in promotion with it, and his like somebody on his team had reached out and was like, "Oh, it's gonna cost 6 figures to get us in the video," and he was like, "Yo, that's not what we do. Like, I'm gonna reach back out and tell them we finna do this for free," you know. So I think that's always been dope about him. So definitely glad, and you're right. The people who don't have nearly as much clout, they, I don't know, and I think especially with streamers and stuff, you got people. It's a different view when you're constantly looking at people in your chat bigging you up. So your head is going to be a lot bigger than the person who, like real celebrities who aren't spending their day all day online because they got real stuff they got to go do.
Look,
So,
Mo,
huh?
I got another one for you.
What's up?
So I'll be speaking to the kids, everything like that. They invite me to speak to the schools, because we all got friends as teachers and everything. So they see what I'm doing and they reach out, hey, can you speak to the kids? And the way that I usually reel in the kids, this is another reason why I'm so passionate about the DDG thing. I'll play an interview with one of the streamers. That hook them in. Ooh, you talk to some, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then the rest, piece of cake. Just talk to them because everything they're like, ooh, how can I do? So one of the schools that I went to a couple years ago on the west side of Atlanta and stuff like that I spoke to, and the kids just loved it. They reach out and they say, yo, do you have any connects with the streamers? Because we're trying to get a streamer to speak at the kids' graduation at the end of the month. I said, okay, cool. I'm not really, what I'm saying, like, know too many streamers like that on a personal phone level and stuff like that. But I do have this kid that I went to church with who I'm trying to not give it away that works with the streamers, a particular group of streamers in the Metro Atlanta area, Mo, if you can pick up what I'm saying. Not the group, but group B. Now, everybody who knows, now you know who I'm talking about. He works with them. And he said, okay, cool. And then so I reached out to him. I said, hey, man, this school of kids, like, they really want, kind of one of the streamers or whatever to come speak at their graduation. Do you think you can make that happen? We shout out, woo woo. They responded, what's their budget? I said, dang, you gonna do that to the kids? Like, I get it. The demand is probably supernomical when you got millions of followers and most of the followers are kids. But at the same time, it's like, when you ain't get a response from the teacher or the school that they didn't have the budget, you still didn't even reach out and say, hey, they could do it for free because they feel passionate about giving back to the community. I thought that was kind of wild, bro. Go ahead, Mo.
Oh, no, I mean, yeah, I was going to say that is crazy, bro. I definitely feel people could do a lot more. People be feeling like, oh, I will say one thing that a lot of people emphasize, and some people take it one way and some people take it another, but when people talk about, like, you got to know your worth, you can't just be doing anything out here, X, Y, and Z. And I think that makes sense to a certain extent of where don't take any money or work with any brand, just cause. But I think when it's an opportunity to get back to the community and to help others, then that's when you're supposed to be above that, when it's like that doesn't really matter nearly as much,
Yes. I just saw your thing. I'm gonna let you know. Yeah.
I definitely.
Oh, go ahead, Jelani. I'll let you.
No, I was gonna say, just to like piggyback off of what Mo was saying before. Like, I definitely think it's a difference in the way that, like, real authentic celebrities. Oh, okay. It's a difference in the way that, like, real authentic celebrities versus people who they might be marginally famous or internet famous, or like, you know, they might be popping. They might have like a bunch of hundreds of thousands of people following them, or even, you know, low millions of people following them. But it's a difference between like a popular streamer versus like, you know, Tom Cruise or somebody like that. Like, it's levels to it's like it's real celebrities, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
it's like
right.
it's a difference between a SoundCloud rap. I don't want to say SoundCloud. I don't even know if it's a thing anymore, but it's a difference between like a rapper that's like
Underground.
yeah, they kind of popping on the internet, like they got their fan base or whatever, versus, you know, I don't even want to say Drake like that level. Like just
Fake
like
me
a JID. Like JID's
Young Thug. Fake
yeah,
me
Young Thug. Like,
Young Thug.
yeah, like these are real rappers, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely think those people that are not really as famous, they do tend to have, because I've noticed that too, like the more like local like niche rappers, I think it's like a big fish in a small pond type of mentality they have.
Oh, 100%. And I mean, I look back at Jennifer Lewis. She said this right after the Met Gala, because people were boycotting the Met Gala because, you know, Jeff Bezos was like at the top of it this year, and people were boycotting just how he moved in the last year in business, like getting rid of all of the Washington Post staff, and you know, doing, you know, like kind of tightening the requirements of Amazon workers without giving them fair worker rights and stuff like that. So, you know, all the, and you know, his ties to in the whole Israel Palestinian conflict and stuff. So Jen Lewis comes out and she just straight up says, how much more fame do you need? How much money do you need? To a streamer that is 21 years old and a house that is allegedly like, hey Mo, allegedly, according to Gigi, paid for by Kaiser.
Right.
Oops, oh my bad. But hypothetically speaking, and you getting $50,000 a month, how much more money do you need?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a slippery slope though, because it's like on one hand, I do agree with you, but at the same time, it's like you don't know how long you're gonna be able to get to the money. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't really, especially like the streaming thing is. I don't know how long. Certain guys, like obviously Kai Cenat, he'll be famous for however long. Like Aiden Ross, like you got the top guys will be able to eat off of it forever. But like, I feel like it's a lot of people in that streaming industry. You know, 3 to 5 years from now, who knows? You know, who knows who knows how much money is going to be into it, and who knows if they're going to be relevant enough to capitalize off of it.
Yeah, Rashad from EYL, shouts out to EYL and Rashad. He said today, like he posted this over the weekend, he said content is dying, like in terms of like the money in it. He said nowadays what you need to do if you have content is get a loyal following and then host events around kind of like the podcast hosting it, and then kind of like get your streams of income through there. Like obviously EYL, they have Invest Fest. You know, Charlemagne the God just did the Black Effect Podcast Festival in Atlanta. Keith Lee, as I described, he just hosted his thing yesterday. That's kind of where, you know, he sees it. And while I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna still do content just because like that's my love and everything, you know. I mean, I'm not doing it just for the money. Like I really went to school for journalism. Like media is like my passion. At the same time, I'm looking at like if anybody knows, it's someone on the EYL level who's been at the top, who had the most popping podcast. Now I think it's probably a little more kind of mellow, but they're always going to have a market with those in-person events because people are going to go for networking opportunities, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I do, Loki. I think as far as people making money off of podcasting, I do think that I'm not gonna say the bubble is burst, but like that level where it was, let's say from like 20, I think Joe Rogan got his deal in like 2018 around that time, and that's when they was doing a bunch of who's the other lady? What's her name? Amy
Schumer.
Amy Schumer, yeah, she got like she getting like a big podcast deal around that time. Obama family had a podcast deal around the time. Like it was a thing where they was doing these big podcast deals, and then you had COVID happen. So a bunch of people, us included, we started our own podcast and all that, around the time. And yeah, I don't think, and even with like TikTok, like ever since they sold sold to the US, I've been seeing a bunch of people on TikTok saying they're not making the same money that they was making on there before. So yeah, I definitely feel like now you gotta, even for us, like we gotta find a way, whether we make merch eventually or start a Patreon eventually, you know what I'm saying? Like at some point down the line, you definitely gotta find another way outside of just relying on, like YouTube advertising money or Spotify advertisement money.
Or live pod from like a concert, or a concert would be, because I was thinking like a sports bar. Sports bar is always easy to do, like how they do like local radio, sports talk shows and stuff like that. But since I feel like a little more music than sports over here. I feel like a concert, but like how do you do that? I don't know. I think everybody's figuring it out right now, but maybe something like that would be kind of the route for like, I don't know. I'm trying to, what I'm saying? I don't know how to do this stuff myself. I'm like, hey, reach out to me for here, whatever. Da 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 da. That's where getting agents and managers come in. But I ain't trying to pay nobody for nothing right now, to be honest. Like I want to see how far I can go independently, and then like when I feel like I've capped it out, then I need to get a manager to help book me for more stuff, or an agent to book for more stuff. Then I'll pay one for it. But it's like if you're not making profit right now, then what's the point? Like you hustling backwards at that point. I don't know. I think there's some real good game for like aspiring creators and beginner creators to hear right now.
Oh, that's a fact.
Samaya said this too. Like, what to cap off this topic? I don't know if you saw the clip, Mo. Did you see the clip of Samaya yesterday? Last night, she walked to the ice cream shop, and they said they're closed. Okay, all right. Let me. So I haven't seen the clip. I just saw the caption and like the thing. So Samaya, the young streamer that we've talked about a few times, she's back in, kind of had another viral clip from her streams. She went to an ice cream shop, it's closed, and she said, "Dang, y'all can't open it for me. I'm famous. I got $100 for you, please." And he said, "No, we closed." And she walked away from it. But of course, the thing that everybody held on to was her saying, "I'm famous."
Yeah.
If you gotta, I mean, this is like, I feel like it's a common sense rule, but like if you gotta tell people you're famous, you're not that famous.
There it is.
Like Will Smith wouldn't have had to, I'm saying? Will Smith wouldn't have had to tell them like, "Yo, I'm Will Smith."
I don't think fame exists anymore though. Like I think the last famous person was Taylor Swift, because that was her first number one was 2012. So Justin Bieber was before that. He was 2009, 2010. Drake, Kendrick, Cole, they were all before that. LeBron James was before that. Kevin Durant was before that. So there's no truly famous person after 2012.
I mean, if Sydney Sweeney wanted some tacos, or if Sabrina Carpenter wanted some tacos, if Olivia Rodrigo wanted some tacos, they would have got her some tacos.
Does your mom know either three of those women?
Probably not, but I mean,
there it is. That's the answer. That's the answer right there, Mom.
I don't think
the answer.
But I don't think that's really a gauge of like.
Yes, if you ask your mom who Taylor Swift is, she know who Taylor Swift is. If you ask your mom who LeBron James is, she know who LeBron James is.
I don't think my mom knows who Taylor
Swift
knows who
Beyonce is. Bruno Mars, she know who Bruno Mars is. If you ask Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo, or Sydney Sweeney, she ain't gonna know who the white girls is. Respectfully, shout out to the white community. She ain't gonna know who the white girls is.
Well, I mean, I'll keep it a buck with you. I don't think if I was to tell her Taylor Swift, she might know who that is. Like if I was to say Bruno Mars, but my mom don't be tapping stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that's really the best gauge, because like even as I said, I could be like, "Yo, mom, like I'm going to Bruno Mars show." She'll be like, "Oh, okay." She's not gonna be like, "Oh, I love his music." Like she'll just be like, "Okay, that's another artist that you like. That's cool."
I mean, it's definitely subjective, but I don't know. I feel like even when we lived in the era of like real celebrities, quote unquote, it was still a thing of like certain celebrities would be more popular to certain demographics than others. Like I don't know how many white people back in the day knew who Tyrese was, you know what I'm saying? But like in the black community, Tyrese was like a household name. Like everybody knew who Tyrese was. Same with like Taraji P. Henson. Like I don't know how many white, or Caucasian people back in the day. I don't know if I can say white people here, but I don't know how many of them back in the day knew who she was, but like everybody knew who. I feel like it's the same thing now. Like there's certain people, like I would say Timothy Chalamet is it Chalamet or Chalamet?
You don't even know his last name.
But I would, even with the fact that I've never seen none of his movies, but I know who he is. Like I would say he's a real celebrity. But I don't know how many, like you said, to use the mom example. I don't know if my mom would probably know. But I don't know if I don't know how many older people would know who he is, but I do think he's a real celebrity.
But I'm saying, example, like your mom might not know who Timothy Chalamet is. If she saw a picture of, she'd be like, okay, yeah, I've seen him in a commercial or something, or a poster, a billboard. But if you showed her, like, if you said Tom Cruise, she know who Tom Cruise is.
Yeah, everybody knows. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
But
that type of celebrity doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, I guess, and it's like this isn't being shady at all, but do you feel like Kendrick didn't become famous until 2024 then?
No, Kendrick was already famous before that.
Bro, white people did not know who he was. White people had no clue who he was, bro. That's the thing. Everybody, and like, let's keep it above, bro.
Majority of Kendrick shows are white.
No, but I'm saying like if you're talking about the white people who don't listen to hip hop, like who just who like they brought up Kendrick Lamar. You know how many white, like I'm not even capping down. Like how many people after the Super Bowl they were like, yeah, I never heard of this guy, but he's just so great. You know, the Super Bowl was their introduction to him and they were like, they really rock with it because he had a message, you know, his music was so good, this, that, and the other. But like I've heard multiple white people who like they're not tapped into the hip hop community. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if that's your definition of famous, then like I like that's what I'm getting at. I don't think that should be the measurement of if everybody knows you. Because you say Kendrick been famous, he's been famous. But then it's like, did the world know Kendrick Lamar like to where everybody? No, but that's what I'm saying. They didn't though. They didn't know his music for real.
There's a whole like his most famous performance is in Brazil. Like it's got millions of views on YouTube. And it was
but like, I'm saying you're talking about the everyday person.
How many years ago it was?
But you're saying like that's why you brought up like, does my mom know Sydney Sweeney or does my mom know Sabrina Carpenter? Sabrina Carpenter doing millions of views, doing millions of people out in Brazil right now too.
But I'm saying so here, but here's the thing I'm saying though. I'm saying it's not an indictment on Sydney Sweeney, Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter, Timothy Chalamet. Like it's not an indictment on them. What I'm saying is back then, like the way we consume media is just different. Like there will never be someone as famous as Michael Jackson again because our worlds are so individualized. Like people who are watching this right now, the 1 a.m. podcast, they are in one specific corner of the internet, hip hop culture, black culture, you know what I'm saying? Like we never had that before in life. Like our average, the ads we see on our phone are like specialized to what we scroll and look at the longest. You know, like our worlds are so kind of catered to us. We don't see anything else outside of our worlds. So that's why there'll never be another Michael Jackson where it's just like, this is for the entire world. Or like we sit down at 8 o'clock, we watch TV while we eat dinner and we all see the same thing. Jeopardy. That no longer exists.
But the thing is, you're using Michael Jackson example. Like, let's go back to the original example of like you're saying with Drake, all the people after the 2012, and it's just like. But I'm saying like Olivia Rodrigo right now is as famous as Kendrick Lamar and Drake right now. Like people know who these people are, bro. Like they know them.
They're as famous as probably blog era Drake and Kendrick Lamar, but they aren't as famous as like Kendrick Lamar and Drake right now. No. They're not at the same amount of fame as them. because they've been.
I think, well, if you're talking about the blogger, you're talking about in 2012. That's when you said, like, after that point, there's nobody else famous. So if we're talking about these particular people in 2012, Olivia Rodrigo is as big as that.
I'm saying, but what I'm saying is they got famous before fame got individualized. But I mean, before media got individualized. So that like set the precedent. You know what I'm saying? That set the base for them to be more and more famous or whatever and grow into actual fame.
So Bad Bunny,
Bad Bunny pretty famous. I ain't gonna lie. Bad Bunny pretty famous.
Bad Bunny's a real celebrity.
And like he didn't pop out until he didn't start really like dropping music for real until like 2016. So this is, and then when he really became like him was clearly like over the last, I'd say a year or so.
Yeah, my mom probably didn't know who Bad Bunny was until the Super Bowl, but I mean, like she knows probably who he is now because he did the Super Bowl. So I mean, let's like, yeah, I'll say Bad Bunny is someone that everybody knows now. I think Bad Bunny might be okay. Yeah, since Taylor Swift, Bad Bunny might be the only real celebrity since then.
I think my point is, I think there's other people that are like famous, you know? Cause I think it's like, if you're, as I said, like, I don't really know the exact metric that you're putting it off of, but I think there's still a lot of people that if they was to go to the taco shop in Hawaii, they would have got the taco. Like, you know, that's what I was getting at. Like, I'm like, for her to be like, I'm famous, you know, it's like, but you like, ain't nobody famous, so nobody, like, I take it as like nobody would have got the taco. Like, nah, it's a lot of people who are popping right now who started popping within the last 5 years that would have been they would have been considered like, this person is for sure famous, you know, like this person is up there. So
like, I think Cardi B is a good example, right? Like Cardi B's mad,
great example,
huge, right? And she popped, like you said, in the last 10 years. I don't know if Cardi B is like Nicki Minaj famous.
Cardi about as big as Nicki Minaj, bro. Everybody knows who Cardi B is, bro.
But I'm saying Nicki Minaj did songs with Taylor Swift. You know what I'm saying? Like she had a Taylor Swift kind of thing going on at the beginning of her career.
I mean, to be fair, Ice Spice did a song with Taylor Swift.
Ice Spice definitely not. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you say. But Ice Spice, she definitely, you know what I'm saying? She definitely a tier or two below. Like Ice Spice Ice Spice can go to McDonald's, bro. Like we saw the video. Ice Spice can still go to McDonald's with a hoodie.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like Drake can't go to McDonald's with a hoodie on.
No, facts. So I mean, if I say, I think like the Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, you know, both of those people they're famous. Like
Meg's pretty popular too.
I low key think Cardi's way more famous than Meg. And Meg,
no, for sure,
Cardi
for
is,
sure,
yeah,
for sure. Meg is more black famous.
Yeah, Cardi is like just everybody knows who Cardi B is, bro. Like I don't.
Yeah, Cardi B is pretty big, bro.
Like that's one I can ask my mom, I ask my grandma, like, you know who Cardi B is, to keep it a buck.
And it's crazy because it felt like Bodak Yellow was such a big song. It low key felt like, I mean, obviously she's had a bunch of hits after that, but it low key felt like just after that song came out, it was like everybody knew who she was.
Because it's the personality thing.
Yeah. Well, I think the better question will be, okay, like we could say who's like famous or whatever, but like who in the last 10 years has become an A-list celebrity? Like not just famous, but like actual, because the ones that I would say in the last 10 years have become one, like obviously Michael B. Jordan was famous over 10 years ago, but in the last 10 years he became an A-list celebrity. I would say low key Doja. I don't know. Would you say Doja Cat's an A-lister?
No,
not okay.
I think she had a moment where she was about to be there, but I think, yeah, but I don't think she's A-list now.
I would say Zendaya became A-list in the last 10 years.
Yeah, Zendaya A-list. This joke right here. Would you say Damson Idris is A-list?
No,
not A-list, not yet. He still hasn't had. I know he had that movie with Brad Pitt, but he still hasn't had like that. Like Michael B. Jordan had the Creed films. He had obviously Sinners. I feel like it's another one I'm missing. Maybe. Oh yeah, the Black Panther movie. Like Michael B. Jordan's been a part of some real like massive movies. Damson Idris hasn't had that. Like
PBM fans in the building. I just had to show some love.
Like 5-star.
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 I'm so old, bro. I didn't know who he was till last year. Honestly, till I got on TikTok like a couple years ago, and I started seeing all these random streamers. But
I still feel like you pretty tapped if you know who Black Boy Max is. No, I mean, okay, it's not like you're not like super, I'm super tapped, but like you kind of, you know a little something if you know who Black Boy Max is. I feel like
he's popping. No, he's popping.
Yeah.
That's another one that would not have got that taco.
No.
Yeah, no. Black Boy Max. I mean, you seen how they treated him at the Grammys? She said, "Oh, you media?" He said, "No, I'm Black Boy Max." Would you say I felt like Donald Glover when This Is America came out was an A-lister? I don't know if
he was around that time
right now.
Yeah, when he won was that a Golden Globe that he won?
Yeah, and said Bad and Bougie is the greatest song ever.
Exactly. That moment right there around that time, like Atlanta season 1, Atlanta season 2. I definitely would say at that point he was an A-list celebrity. But yeah, the overall, we haven't had many in the last 10, 15 years who are like actual bona fide A-listers.
And, and I will say, Rashad, I do agree to your point of where we are in a more individualized like society. So people don't get nearly as big and they don't blow up as quickly. But I just feel overall there are people who still become like household names where it's like no matter like the majority of people are going to know them. But then at the same time, I think like even if not everybody knows them, there's still some people who are like pretty famous. Like I'll say another good example. People from them Korean K-pop people like Lisa. Like my mom may not know who Lisa is. But
I don't know who Lisa is.
But let her pop out somewhere, they gonna go crazy. Like for real, And it's like her and Jenny. Jenny is actually probably a little bit bigger than her. But yeah, like both of them, like respectively, if they were to pop out like in America, any place in the world for real, it's going to cause commotion. Like they can't put on a hoodie and just like go to McDonald's, like as you said, like it's going to be a thing. So that's why I say, it's like
I do think that's interesting. That's interesting, the K-pop thing, because the K-pop thing, numbers wise, they do have the hysteria, and they can sell out stadiums, and they are like mad, like they're on the commercials, they on all that, but it's still a lot of the people in our corner of the internet, younger, black, when they see him on the Grammys, it was like, who is these girls cosplaying Black culture? Or I hate these K-pop, like they know they're K-pop groups, but that's it. Like I think one of them have Cat's Eye, like they had the Black girl Mannion, who like they thought dropped out of the group at one point, and she might have joined again. Like that's literally the only K-pop group member's name that I know, and that's because she's Black. I mean, I know Jenny because she got a song with Childish Gambino and Kali Uchis. Shout out to Jenny. But yeah.
But that goes into what I was saying about the Kendrick Lamar thing. Like if I say I wasn't like trying to be like shady or anything, but if I say like to us, like Kendrick been famous.
But look at this though, Mo.
Yeah.
Them K-pop girls ain't got no Pulitzer.
I mean, no, and that's they may not have a Pulitzer, but like they doing diamond records, you feel me? Like Kendrick ain't got diamond records, so like I think maybe not like us and maybe gone diamond. Or actually, what's it called? And he got
humble, maybe Humble All the Stars, maybe.
But it's like, regardless of what I'm saying, is like the numbers that they're doing is astronomical, and it's been astronomical for a long time. And so that's what I was saying, just because, as I said, like just like we have our pocket, they have their pockets, But it's just like it doesn't diminish somebody's fame. Just because it's like, as you said, I don't really know who none of these girls are, but like there's a lot of people in this world who will go crazy just like seeing them off rip, And that was the point I'm making about Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter is the white woman's savior right now. Like just to be honest, like she's like right below Taylor Swift. Like Taylor, of course, is in a whole nother level. But then you got what's her name? Sabrina Carpenter. She out of here, you know? And so that's what I'm saying, you know. I think I get it where it's just like because we could be so jaded to be like, well, everybody knew who Kendrick was, and it's like a lot of people did know who he was, but at the same time, what's up, man? But at the same time, I think, you know, it's the same thing with just how you didn't until you saw them at the Grammys, and that's how it was for a lot of people with him, you know.
No, I'm not saying Kendrick in 2012 was mad famous. Like, I'm saying he became famous before 2012, and then he grew into something bigger. You know what I'm saying? To where he's, you know what I'm saying, actually famous now across everywhere.
Well,
but it's
and
like, so, but like all I was saying was people who are that famous now, they all became famous. You know what I'm saying, to some scale before 2012. I think, and then, you know, I think Bad Bunny and Cardi B are two like people who really challenged that theory. Everybody else, because it's so niche. Like K-pop is still niche, even though it's huge. It's still niche.
It's only niche to us. It's niche to us.
It's niche, but we exist.
And I mean, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, and
like,
just
like
how hip hop.
Let's go soccer players, right?
Yeah.
Let's go soccer. Shoot, who's some poppin' soccer player, like new soccer player from the last 10 years? Neymar.
I would say Lamine Yamal.
Exactly.
You don't know Lamine?
No,
I know. I don't watch it at all, but I'm aware of.
How you say his name?
Lamine Yamal.
Lamine.
Yeah.
So who's the black one? French soccer player.
Are you talking about Mbappe?
Mbappe, yeah.
I know Mbappe. I know Mbappe. But like, I think those are great examples. Like, Cristiano Ronaldo, has like 3 times as many followers as LeBron James, right? And like we know Ronaldo, and we know Messi, and we know Pele, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like we know the older guy. Ronaldinho was like huge for our era.
David Beckham and stuff like that.
David Beckham, right? But like once media became like, and we weren't watching Sports Center make a big deal of David Beckham coming to the United States every day for 3 months. Like once that stopped becoming a thing, like people in our corner of the world don't be knowing who the, you know what I'm saying, new pop-in soccer players are.
But that's why I feel like, but that doesn't make him not famous. Because like Lamine Yamal has 42.7 million followers on the ground.
But I don't know. But I still don't know if he's famous. Like I know it sounds crazy. But I don't know if he's famous, bro.
Bro, he's on like 3, like at least two or three of the World Cup ads right now.
Like going to the right. Great example. In the NBA, we always talking about who's the next face of the league, right? Yeah. There will never be someone as big as LeBron James in the NBA again.
I agree.
Wemby will never be as popular as LeBron James. SGA never going to be as popular as LeBron James, except you can go down the line. Like Ant Edwards will never be as popular as LeBron James because he just became famous in a different era.
But I mean, just because you're not the like one of the top 2 players of all time, like doesn't mean that you still. That's why I'm like, I feel like your definition of fame is just so like out of here. Like your definition of fame is like they got to be like the top of the top of the top. And but
that's that's what we started with. Remember, you said if Will Smith walked into the taco place and said, "Yo, I'm Will Smith. Let me get some tacos." Like, oh no, Jelani said that.
Yeah,
like, Will Smith don't have to be like, "Yo, I'm Will Smith. I'm famous. I did the song." Hey,
but that's why, to your point. My point was the Sabrina Carpenter and Olivia Rodrigo, and so I'm still on topic with what I was saying from the beginning. Like, I just feel like that's what I'm saying. Like, I think these people are famous. They're for sure famous, and just because it's not just like Morgan Wallen. If Morgan Wallen was to walk down the street right now, I would not know who that white man is.
Morgan Wallen ain't Taylor Swift though. That's what I'm saying.
But he the country Taylor Swift. He's up there, bro.
The
Like,
country Taylor Swift is crazy.
but yeah, Taylor Swift's not country no more.
Yeah, I know.
Taylor
But she
Swift's
like
probably,
started
yeah.
off. We got country roots. But
Yeah, that's right.
who's a white man that was as famous as like Morgan Wallen is right now? That's like you probably say what's buddy name? The comedian Jeff that had Are You Smarter Than the Fifth Grader?
Well, right now or all the time?
Like I mean just like back in the day when like celebrities were more mainstream.
That was Jeff Foxworthy.
Jeff Foxworthy. Like Morgan Wallen might be like Jeff Foxworthy in 2005, bro.
Or like Larry the Cable Guy.
Larry the Cable Guy's a great example. He was mad famous. Yes.
Get her done. Yo.
Get her done.
Yo, no, but I do think I get what you're saying. Like you can't say that somebody who has millions of is not famous, but at the same time, I do think famous people were more famous. Like I think of like reality stars used to be more famous than what they like. Snooki was a real celebrity at one point. Like people like you talk about people like your mom not like I'm pretty sure my mom at some point knew who Snooki was just because of how big Jersey Shore was at that moment in time. I don't think.
You think
like,
she knows the situation?
I don't think she knew the situation. I don't think the situation was as popping as Snooki was, but she might have though. Who knows? But yeah, I just don't like. They got baddies and stuff like that. Like, bro, none of these girls on any of these reality TV shows right now are like who is going to be the Drea Michelle of baddies right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a certain thing of people being more famous when we were all sitting around watching TV and there was only like 300 channels and we all it was just less like if you look at an episode of I'll give you a perfect example. Like WWE is making more money technically financially than they've ever made right now, but Roman Reigns is not Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like I don't care if he's the top guy in the company, but you're not as famous as Stone Cold was back in the day or The Rock was back in the day. Like they were
John Cena.
Yeah, they were real celebrities because you had to, if it's a Monday night in 2002, and it's not Monday Night Football season, like what else is everybody going to watch besides Monday Night Raw? You know what I mean? Versus now when it's like you can go watch streaming or you can go on TikTok or you can go on Instagram or you can go on, you know, whatever. So I do think we have a lot of famous people, but it's hard to reach that like ubiquitous level of fame that people used to have.
Like great example, Mo. Like DDG has 7 million followers. I still think DDG is black famous.
Yeah, 7 million. Yeah, 7 million is like you popping.
Yeah.
Like you know. But that's what I was saying with excuse me, with like that's why I brought up Lamine Yamal. Like Lamine Yamal is like,
oh, I know him now.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. I'm like, yeah, he's a person that like, you know, that boy is like he's pretty famous. You know, it's like
I think. Do you think he could walk Bourbon, bro?
No,
I think he could, bro.
I don't think he could walk Bourbon. I'm gonna keep it.
What'd you say, Jelani? What'd you say?
DDG?
Oh,
no, not Bourbon. Wait, you say who?
Yamal.
Oh, Yamal.
DDG can't walk Bourbon because he black famous.
I was gonna say he would be
Black American.
he might get swarmed on Bourbon.
Yeah, for sure.
Yamal, see, the thing about it is that soccer is one of those sports where it'd be people watching that you wouldn't. I'm gonna be respectful to this. I'm gonna say football. Football is one of those sports where there's people that watch that sport that you would never know, like, because the numbers is real. Like somebody got to be watching it. Everybody act like they don't watch it. Some of the people are watching that, so I'm saying to say, I want to say yes, but at the same time, I could see a scenario where it's like, okay, let's put it like this: if he's walking down Bourbon Street versus Anthony Edwards walking down Bourbon Street, I do think in that situation, Anthony Edwards would be more known. But if you go to Europe and Anthony Edwards and him are walking down the street, it wouldn't even be close. Like Yamin would be getting swarmed. So I do think it depends on like what the demographic is and what they into.
I mean, I think all it takes is one person to be like, yo, that's Lamine Yamal. And it's because also, yeah, it's just takes that one person. I don't think everybody finna be like, who is that? Like, that boy gonna get swarmed.
Yeah,
so and so that's what I'm saying. It's like, I get it to like he can't just walk down Bourbon and just be all good, because there's going to be at least one person to recognize him who's going to call it out, and then any other person who's ever heard his name before is finna look, and now it's a situation. So I don't think he finna just go unnoticed. I think if Kareem Benzema, who has even more followers than him, if he walks down there, there's a good chance that he may not get noticed. But I think it's also about, I think he has a particular look as well. Like, cause I ain't gonna lie, he walking down Bourbon, he gonna have that on. Like, that boy be iced up. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like, that's another thing that why he has a good like social following, because it's like he's a very like fashion forward person. So but yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Fame is all, it's all subjective at the end of the day,
It is, but I feel like back in the day, like it was more of a thing, just because, like Jelani said, like we had to all watch the same stuff.
No, facts. And I agree to that point that it was more prevalent back in the day. My thing is just like, I think there's still famous people who are being created as we speak, Like, I don't think fame stopped in 2012. That was my point. I don't think.
Okay. I think. Oh, yeah. I think Speed was the original guy. I said, I feel like Speed is the closest guy to come to a celebrity since 2012.
Yeah, Kai pretty famous too. Like, if we're gonna keep it a buck.
But Kai, I don't know if Kai is gonna get, you know what I'm saying, swarmed and chased in every other country like Speed does. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see videos of fans coming up to Kai in Europe and it's calm. Like, he can, hey, what's up, guys? Shake their hand and have full conversations with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't do that. Kai can't do that in NYC. Kai can't do that in America. But in Europe, he can, because the fanfare just isn't as crazy all the time. If Speed go to Europe, it ain't no, hey, how you doing? It's do a backflip. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
But I would say also to that point though, is because if you're finished, the only reason that you're going to see all that is because Speed is on stream. And so with him being on stream, that's a lot of people opportunity to be like, I get to be on Speed stream. As opposed to, like, if Kai was more of an IRL streamer, like if you see Kai out, you're just going to see Kai out. He's not going to be streaming. He's going to be vibing, But if it's Speed and you're seeing the camera, you're seeing, it's like, oh, like, I want to be part of this moment,
6 security guards.
Right. Yeah, I do think Speed is overall. Speed is kind of like, I don't even. And I'm saying this as somebody who, like, I respect what he does. Like, I don't even understand. Like, obviously he's a streamer and he's like entertaining, and so, but like, for him to reach the level of fame that he's at, I don't even know who really to compare him to. Like, he's legitimately become one of the more famous people. I'm not gonna say one of the more famous people, low key, one of the more famous people on earth around this time, at least for this generation. Like, when you're able to go to any country in the world and have people swarm you, what he's done is impressive.
Right.
For sure. Okay, all right, cool. I felt like that was a good conversation to lead up to the stuff that we on today. So I felt like this was why the people came in. They wanted to see our thoughts, because I titled it, Let's Talk About Drake's 3 albums. So without further ado, let's talk about Drake's 3 albums, man. All right. So I guess the initial one, the main event, Iceman. How'd y'all feel? What do I have up here? Oh, elevators, me and you. Okay. Iceman, just this was the main one. This was the one that was advertised. This is the one that everybody expected. So how'd y'all feel about Iceman?
I feel like, would you want to go first, Mo?
No, I was gonna say, yeah, you go ahead and go first.
Okay, it's not a whack album. It's not whack. I would say it's a good album overall. Let me say that it is a good album overall. I'm very interested in the like what his creative process was for these 3 albums, because I'm wondering if like I want to know if he just recorded a bunch of songs and then he broke it down like, okay, this feels like it should go to Iceman, or this feels like it should go to Habibti, or this feels like it should go to Maid of Honor, or if he purposely just like, okay, I'm gonna knock Iceman out and then I'm gonna knock this because it's like certain songs in here that I feel like could go on either one of the albums, like, you know, from sound wise. But I would say overall, Iceman, the rapping is incredible. Like just cut the beats off. The rapping is incredible, and I feel like a lot of the times, because he's not like yelling on the song, it almost like it might go under the radar how well he's rapping, because it's kind of like a lackadaisical, like relaxed flow on a lot of the songs where he's not. It's like he's not trying to do too much. Like we quoted the whole "damn, where she at" part. Like he was kind of being playful but still getting his bars off. I noticed that was like a consistent thing. He definitely sounds. I wouldn't say he. I don't think he sounds. I saw people saying he sounds hurt. I don't think he sounds hurt. I feel like he sounds kind of like damn, like y'all really, like, you know what I'm saying, y'all really play. But it didn't sound like it almost sounds like he, like in a petty way, he was trying to come for his revenge. Like I don't know. It's I want to hear Mo's review, because I don't want to be. I have a lot of positive and negative. I have mixed feelings about the album as like a real Drake fan. But I want to hear Mo's perspective.
No, I think you hit it right on the nail, honestly, because I think some really good rapping on there. Like lyrically, like he really got into a bag on a lot of these songs. And as you said, like I think because of it's not really much like animation with it, so it doesn't always feel. I think that's where, I don't know. It's like it's interesting, but I definitely feel, and you know, I've been seeing a lot of people post, because it's like, of course, he got some stuff on there that's like, you know, like the one I've been seeing people kind of tweet is or like the video part where he's like, I used to be a nice man, now I'm the ice, I'm an ice man and I'm hot and cold, you know? And so everybody's like, so this is what y'all think is hot? But then it's just like, okay, you can highlight this one line, but then there's so many other bars on here. Like I said, like he really got into it bad. Oh, like I enjoyed it. Like wasn't his best project ever, you know? And you know, the part you saying how like he sounds hurt, he sounds like, you know, like give it up, like, you know, like Kendrick really got him, you know, X, Y, and Z. And you know, it's interesting because I'm like, what should he be rapping about? This was the last 2 years of his life. Like, you know, he's always been known to rap about his life. And it's like, y'all want to hear about him talking about he took his uncle's car to go date, you know, Keisha back in 2008 again. You feel me? Like, that's what y'all want that Drake back. But it's like, he did all that already, you know? And now he's reflecting on where he's currently at in life. But, you know, I think, as I said, a lot of people kind of are like, like, you know, you're not letting it go. But it's just like let's, like, bro, y'all dragged this out for 2 years. Like, of course I'm not gonna just let it go off a drop, you know. So that was my thing about it, just from some of the criticism that I've heard. Because I don't know exactly what, you know, and I hear a lot of people saying there's no evolution. I definitely think, like, you know, he peaked musically some years ago. I can honestly admit that. But I think it's still high level music. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's still, like I said, like lyrically, I will give it to him. Lyrically, like he really got into it bad, because it's just like some of these songs is metaphor after metaphor after metaphor after metaphor, you know? And so he really kind of got into that bag. But, you know, is he making the best music of his life right now? Nah. Like, and I think he knows that. It's just like, I'm not there no more, you know? It just kind of is what it is. Like, you know, he has a line on there where he says, you know, something about, like, you know, beefing with me about girls that I hit when I was in my peak. It's like, he like, I know I'm not in my peak no more. And, you know, I think one of the biggest things that I took away from it at first, and then after going back and listening, you know, it kind of I feel like he answered it. But I was like, man, like, where's the 40 influence? Like him and 40 need to just lock in for an album again, because I can tell that's not what's going on no more. But you know, then you go back and listen to Make Them Cry, and he talks about how like 40 don't even want to listen to me when I'm going like want to hear my words when I'm going through all this crap like this, you know, because he know this ain't the man that he came up with, you know, and he's telling him like, yo, you need to grow up, you know, like you need to dig deep. And as he said, like he's like, I hate to hear those two words because it doesn't bring peace for him, you know. So it's like a realization of like he's understanding where he's at in life. He's understanding that I do need to like elevate in my life. I do need to become like he said, I'm battling aging, you know, like, and that's a real reflection. And, you know, so I hope as music moves forward that he is able to hop into that. So as I said, like, I'm glad that he does address that. And, you know, as I said, I think that's just a realization. It's like, you know, we can want him to be at a certain place in his life, but you know, shoot, we all want to be in different places in our lives at times too, you know? And it's just like realistically, sometimes we're just not there, you know? So, and I think that's the realization. You feel like you have all the money, you have all the fame, you know, you have this, that, and the other. You should just like, you're about to hit 40, bro. Like you need to just be ready to settle down. But it's like, I mean, if it's not going that way, you know, it is what it is. But at least he's acknowledging it. He's recognizing it, and he says, I mean, I guess in a sense he's saying he wants to make that move, you know, but I mean, we'll see, you know. So I say like overall I enjoyed the album, and I'll say my personal favorite on there so far, I really Slick Janice STFU. I think that was the song that like I didn't even really like it at first, but then it just got stuck in my head. And then I was just like, let me go back and listen to this again. And then it's like, as I listened to it more, I was just like, I just like this, you know, like sonically, this is appealing, you know? So I think that song. And then, what's the other song that I've been liking a lot? What's it called? What is the other song? The one with my bad. I'm finna pull it up just so I can. I'll say definitely I like National Treasures. Yes. I'll say that one I really enjoyed. And then as I said, of course, like, you know, I like all the Make Them references. Off the like, you know, that's a little timestamp for this album. So like Make Them Cry, Make Them Pay, Make Them Remember, Make Them Know. I think all of those were just, as I said, good quality rapping. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I got real quick before Rashad. Yeah, I got Whisper My Name is one of mine. Janice STFU. And I like 2R for the radio. I love LA rap. So like hearing them on the West Coast beat for me was that's on this one, right? I get the songs mixed up, but I want to say it's on here. 2R for yeah. No, I'm a huge West Coast rap fan, so I feel like he slid on there. I like Lil Birdie to an extent, but I just seen that it's like a whole controversy going on Twitter that he stole that song from 1300 Rugrat, the white kid from Florida.
So I went back and listened to the song. Like the beat is similar, like, but the flow doesn't sound the same. And like, cause I was really listening, I was like, all right, do they sound similar? Like, I don't think the flow or the words sound the same, but the beat, I guess, is somewhat similar, but it's just like a more, I guess, sped up version of it, like where it kind of sounds like that. So I don't know, that was the thing, because as I said, like, and maybe yet again, I'll be trying to put on the objective views, you know, like the lenses, where I'm not trying to just look at it from a fan perspective, but when I listened to it, I was like, they're not even rapping the same flow. Like this is more of a Kodak flow than a 1900 Rugrat.
Yeah, he definitely sounded like Kodak on there.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess 1900 Rugrat is kind of a disciple of Kodak and that South Florida flow. But as I said, when I was just listening to it, I was just like, I was waiting for it to them to connect more. I don't know. Have you heard of Rashad?
No, I haven't heard Rugrats version because I saved the link or whatever for another stream or whatever to react to it. But I will say like listening to the album on streaming and stuff like that, I definitely know the song where everybody's like, "Oh yeah, this Kodak flow." There's another time where I was like, "Oh, this sound like DDG," but obviously DDG is inspired by Drake, so his whole thing kind of sounds like Drake. Uh, yeah. I'll say that off top just to answer that question. And I'll let you keep going if you want to keep going.
No, you good. Go ahead and I guess off of your one listen, I know you'll probably
Oh, here we go. See, look, y'all, look. Viewing and listening audience, y'all already hear what he doing. He already giving the disclaimer, everything like that.
No, I'm saying because I know you didn't listen the rest of the week, weekend, because you was just like, man, F this dude.
All right, so okay, so you have Mo's disclaimer or whatever before I give my take. Let me give my take. All right, everybody else got their take, no disclaimers. Okay, here we go, Iceman. So we listen to Iceman on stream. Even when they shut down the stream, we finished the album afterwards. This is how I felt about it. And I talked to Mo about this too. We were talking like we were still on stream after YouTube shut us down and stuff. This is pretty much what I said. I really like the beginning of the album. And like Make Them Cry at the end of it, like the last beat change, I felt like that's what we really wanted from Drake, of him just talking a little bit more. The thing that Mo said, my response to that of like, this was his life the last couple of years. We just had J. Cole release a whole double disc album of like 32 songs where he barely mentioned the beef. And like the last few years of his life has been like known as a guy who apologized. And he didn't mention it to the point where I was actually upset that he didn't even mention or really bring it up for real.
Okay. Before you move forward, Rashad, this was an album 10 years in the making that was supposed to be about his life.
But he said he redid the whole thing after the apology, right?
But
he
the thing is,
he had to go he had to tear everything down and redo the whole thing. That's what he said.
No, he didn't say he had to redo the whole thing. A lot of those songs
he didn't say I had to redo the whole thing, but I had to rethink the whole, you know what I'm saying, kind of joint of it because of the beef.
But you got to think it's like the first album was supposed to be where he was at 29. The second album was supposed to be where he was at 39, which are all before the beef. So if it's like, if you're making an album that is where you're supposed to be reflecting on where you was at these particular ages that were not at the time of the beef, it wouldn't make sense for you to even mention the beef. That's why he did the little
Birthday Blitz.
Yes. So just to that point, that's what I'm saying, just to kind of rebuttal that, because it's not like J. Cole would just, this isn't an album that was 2 years in the making. This is our 10 years in the making, where I'm trying to make my perfect album where if I never want to make music again, this is it. And I wanted to reflect upon my life and where I was at during certain points. Those are two different things. This is just an album. Like, this is an album that is more about recent times. This isn't like him reflecting on his life at a certain point,
Okay. It's still like I've heard, okay, Drake had the viral video of him in the islands, right? Ducking the bees at brunch and he's swiping and then he got the dude trying to catch it with his hands. Like, you can make a whole song from the bees perspective. You know what I mean? Like I seen Lil Dicky has a whole song about Russell Westbrook on a farm. Like, what if Russell Westbrook was raised on a farm and no one's seen him before? Like, I seen like rappers rap about ice cream. Rappers rap about like a specific childhood memory and continuing going into that. Like, there's so much you can do. You could rap about your entire day with Adonis. Like, yeah, wake up, get Adonis ready for school. Hey, man, he growing up before my eyes. He looking like me. I can't believe this. It's a little like you could have did that whole thing. You could have did the Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, talk about it a whole song long. Like, there's so much you can do with rap. I feel like with creativity, and I think that's what people want when they're talking about like dig deeper, bro. It's not just like telling us more about your personal life in a bar and then that's it, and you never revisit it. Like, tell us about like continuing to like this is something that Drake does extremely well, ironically. Like, how about now and all of that? And you know what I'm saying? Like, in Marvin's Room and you know, all of these records where he's talking about the women specifically and how they hurt him and you know his thing and where he was back then to versus the how people treat him right now. Like, Drake is one of the best at doing that. Like, so to kind of relegate that to all of the things that we've seen in the public eye the last few years, and specifically with this album, I do think it's kind of because it's like, because if you say, oh, he's just talking about his life, then you go to another thing of like, dang, is his life just work? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have a life outside of work, bro. Like, I know you do, because like on Instagram, when you did that whole what's his name, Drew Walls thing, right? The Drew Walls Get Ready With Me video or whatever it was around the crib. Like, you were doing, it looked like you just had mad free time because you're rich. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what, why can't you talk about the free time? Like, you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is you have more life experiences to draw from, and that's where real creativity kind of comes in. 20 years in your career. Like, Drake is 20 years in his career. Kendrick can rap about, you know what I'm saying, his father and you know, getting robbed by Top, and then years later Top signing him to TDE and history changing, and then rap it in reverse. Like, that's creativity, bro. And that's what people are asking for. The long, and you might be like, that's not fair. It's not fair. But when you're one of the big three, yeah, that's the standard. And that's why I was so hard on J. Cole when he dropped and stuff like that. And it's like, because J. Cole, you one of the legends. You one of the big three. The big three, their run in hip hop has been longer than anybody else's run ever in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you low key can make an argument. The big three, low key, like if we taking out nostalgia and you know influence, like, oh well, they influenced this generation, and without him, they wouldn't. Without LL Cool J, they wouldn't even be it. Without all of that, right? You can make an argument that the big three is the big three all time. 1, 2, and 3. You can make that argument. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jay-Z. He trying to come back and do his thing because the kids done moved on and stuff like that. But like, yeah, that's the big. They've been doing it for 15 years at the top. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, like, with that comes the standard of we gonna be so nitpicky and everything like that, of like get more realistic. Because why is Saba and No Name, you know what I'm saying, and all these type rappers, why are they out storytelling who's supposed to be the top dogs? That's all I'm saying. It's like, get a little more creative. You 20 years in, rap about from the perspective of the B, bro. Rap about this perspective of putting the Iceman thing on the seat, set the Raptors game. Rap about Toronto getting a WNBA team, and not just naming a song WNBA, not mentioning anything WNBA. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's do something creative, bro. Do something different. Dare to be weird. Tyler Creator has a 9-minute song where he's crying about a situation of a girl that he wanted to date so bad that was like his friend's girl behind his back, and they're rapping, and you know what I mean? Like, give us something like that, bro. If you with the dude's girl, give us a whole song about like, man, I feel bad with it, or you know, hey, this what I do, and they say that I'll take all the girls. Like, give me something like that. Give me something beyond just a bar of I had Cherokee and Scott Black in my party 20 years ago, and then Cherokee comes out and says, that's weird. How you bringing up something that happened 20 years ago, and now you got me blocked on social media, but you still want to rap and brag about it? Like, what's up with that, bro? Like, give me something more. Like, give me the entire party with Cherokee. How about that? Give me the first time you logged on your laptop on tour or whatever, saw your first Cherokee video, the moment you fell in love with Cherokee, the moment you felt like you started fantasizing about, oh, if I ever had Cherokee in my hotel room. So the moment you reached out to her, to the moment she came in, how'd you feel? Was your heart pumping? Were you nervous? What J. Cole said? It wasn't nothing like that first. time. She was in my. Give me something like that, bro. Don't just give me a bar and then move on. I think that's the problem I'm having with Drake because when he just uses a bar and he keeps it pushing, then it's like he starts to relegate what I felt like towards the back end of this album. Because I ain't gonna lie, I like the front part of the album. The Ran to Atlanta when he's talking about Atlanta know what I did. That was, I ain't really, what I'm saying? Because it's like, bro, like Atlanta rock with Kendrick. What you mean? And then the shebang right after it with the Migos ad libs. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, that's kind of. I felt like I take that personally as someone from Atlanta, but I do like the shebang song. Outside of that, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna lie to you here. I'm gonna tell the truth. It's the second half of the album where I felt like he started to fall, later on into a lot of the same old Drake references, a lot of the same old Drake cadences, a lot of the same old Drake, you know what I mean? And that was the issue that I had with it. Overall, I like the beginning. The first song is exactly what we've been asking for. It's like he heard what it's like Kanye saying, I missed the old Kanye track, right? He heard what we've been asking for and he brought it up. He mentioned the elephant on the table. And then as time goes on, you start going back to what's comfort for. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of you're comforted. That's how I feel about it. Memphis Drake will put him back in good favorite. So you know what I'm saying? Shout out Link Secure them packs fool. But yeah, like that's my reaction to it. I'm not saying it's a bad album. I'm not like I want to clarify that. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's like certified lover boy type. You know what I'm saying? Like it's better than certified lover boy. For all the dogs, that has some jams on it too. I think it's better. For all the dogs, has some jams on it too. But it was very kind of 2023-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if it, you know what I mean? It's gonna hold the test of time. Her loss, oh my goodness, her loss was stupid. But I'm biased. I'm from Atlanta. I'm biased. What would you say, Jelani?
Oh no, I was just saying for all the dogs. As a Drake fan, I think that's his worst album.
Okay, so I ain't really like Certified Lover Boy. I felt like that was like people been talking about Drake, and then he put that out, and then it was just like.
All right, so to what you said, like yet again, I feel like I get you where it's just like you want him to be your favorite artist, but he's Drake. It's just like you talk about rap like Tyler, rap like Lil Dicky, rap like Childish. It's like that's not him. And then to your other point, where you
but that's the thing. Okay, so to go back to you, Mo, if we talking about if everybody want to cancel Mos Def for what he said, that's all Mos Def is saying, bro.
What was Mos Def saying?
All Mos Def was saying was it's surface level. You know what I mean? Target retail shopping, mainstream music. He said, he likes something a little more depth to it. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying.
No, I mean, and like, yeah. So, and my thing is, it's like, it's funny how you're talking about, like, I want you to tell this whole story. It's like, I want you just how like Kendrick went back and told a story about Top, robbing his dad and this, that, and the other. It's like, Drake had done that. Drake had done that for years. He's been gave us all this. But that's what I'm saying. But to my point though, like what I'm saying is because he's given us so much music, and that was my point from the beginning, where I said y'all want him to rap about being back in 2008, taking his uncle's car to go on dates. Like,
but look, Mo, where's the song in 2026 about getting the Adonis ready for school and taking them to school?
Okay, I guess on that point, I give you that one point where I guess you could bring that up. But it's like outside of that, when you also talk about, it seems like he has all this free time, and what do you do in your free time? He's with the hoes. What does he rap about? The hoes. like like I'm gonna just keep it a buck, bro. Like, and if you listen to his music, he talk like he's on the vibe. Like he going from sync on sync to to this, like, you feel me? That's what he's doing for real.
Like, he's at the he's at the Masoni room at the Biblos.
Yeah, you feel me? Like that's really what he's doing. Like, so that's what I was saying. Like, I get you where it feels like, what are you doing in your free time? Like, And it's like, and the only thing I will say to the point that you said about the Adonis thing, he could have definitely mentioned that more, like, you know, and I feel that to an extent. Yeah, needs to embrace being outcasted. But that's what I was saying. I think one of the things that, as I said, where he has given us like the stuff that you want out of him, except for like, of course, as I said, with you want him to rap from the version of the B and all that different stuff. Like that's never him. I don't ever see that being him, you know. But I think he's given us so much music. Where it's like, because he's never, and like, you know, as I said, like it's his life just work. It's like that's what he's told us for years. He's like, all I do is work. Like while they were out partying, I was in the studio. Like that's always been his life. He's always touring, you know, like that's why the break felt so crazy, because it's like, oh, like this is the longest that we've ever gone between having a solo Drake album. And so, but he's given us so much music where he did reflect, and it was so introspective from, as you said, like the How About Nows and this, that, and the other. It's like he did all that, and he did it like so long, you know. So that's why I feel like I get what you're saying, where it's like, you know, like dig back into that bag, you know. But he's talked about how, you know, like his mom, you know, maybe it wasn't so bad, I wouldn't have worked this hard, you know, like her getting mad at me and saying I'm just like my father, my one button, you push it, you feel me, like all that different stuff, where he gets deep into how he felt growing up and the situations he went through. He's done all that, so that's why I say just to that point. But then also I think to the point of, yo, what's up, Dan? But I say lastly, to the point of like, and I get it with this album, you know, this is more rapping. And I think, you know, what makes the three different albums so good is because it's just all about what vibe you're looking for. If you just want to hear high quality raps, he gave you that. If you want to go turn up to the club, he gave you that. If you want to slow it down and you're getting your R&B bag, he gave you that. Like those R&B songs, like a lot of people, I like the Habiti or whatever. Like I like that, you know. Like y'all say, I like Drake when he sings. He gave you Drake when he sings. So I think, you know,
I'm not in that department, by the way. Side note, like I think when
yeah.
Drake sings, it can get so boring, bro. Like that's the boring, like the famous clip of Academics falling asleep on the second half of the album, because Drake usually put his rapping at the beginning and the singing on the back end, and then end it with a rap, you know, date timestamp thing. Them singing the "What would you do?" and you know, like that jump made me fall asleep. Like that's boring to me, bro.
No, I get
As
that. Go ahead.
I was saying, for when it comes to singing songs, for me, it depends on the production, because there's certain slow Drake songs that I love, like, but it depends. Like I think of a song like Days in the East is one of my favorite Drake songs. He has, but then a certain Drake song, like you said, where it's like I'm not, and I definitely felt like that on the album at certain points. There were certain points on the album when I was listening, like, okay, the more like relaxed, lackadaisical flow, it works at certain times, but then there were certain times when during the album I kind of found myself like, okay, I wish he had a little more energy here. But I ain't mean to cut you off. My bad, bro.
No, you good. But yeah, so, but I mean, you know, as I said, everybody has their opinion. I get what you're saying. It's like, you know, where you want more, and as I said, I think he's just a victim to, he gave us so much. He gave us so much of himself, so much, like, for so long, that you just like, bruh, keep giving us everything. Like, I want to know every part of your life. You know, I want to know every little detail about, you know, every little moment that you had, because you're able to describe it so well. And, you know, and I think like throughout this album, I don't think that's really what he wanted to get back into. Like, I think there's points where he kind of talks about that, but it's just like what he's going through right now is like a lot of people hating on him. A lot of people that he thought were his friends, they acting different on him, and his label, you know, is holding him hostage. You know, so those are like the things that he's going through in life. So it's like I'm gonna talk about what's like really going on. You know,
Scary Hours 3 was another one that I wanted to shout out, which was, you know, the extension of For All the Dogs. Man, when that Joker came up, oh, I don't need a man. I don't listen to Drake. I go on the link tree and you sucking on can what the like that was crazy. That was hard. That's what I want. If you asking what I want from Drake, that's what I want from Drake. And the reason why I want that from Drake, that storytelling, that type of, you know what I mean, take me through the story, Paul, everything like that. The reason why I want that from Drake is because Drake has the ability to do it. Drake has the ability to rap like that. And that's what I like from Drake. So it's like, if you have that ability and you one of the top dogs, I want you to rap like one of the top dogs. Like that's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Mo said you felt like he was rapping like that. I felt like at parts of the album, especially at the beginning, he was. And then it was kind of like after a while. And then if you want to say he's giving us so much music, then dang, Drake, give us 10 tracks in. You talk about you don't want to give us 10 tracks because you want to hit all the bases for all the fans. Give us 10 tracks on the rap album. Give us 10 tracks on, I don't know how many tracks are on the R&B and the island joints, but you know what I'm saying? Just give us 10 tracks in. So at the end of the 20, how many songs was on Iceman?
18.
So at the end of the 18, you know what I'm saying? I think everything down from like 21 Savage outside Too Hard for the Radio. What was a how do you say it? Troll. That was a troll. But everything after 21 Savage for most of it, and What I Missed, what was a single. Like most of these kind of were just felt like filler tracks.
Nah, you got to just go back and listen, bro. I'm like, just to keep it, but I think like giving it more than one listen. I think this is going off of a first night reaction where things kind of went left in the midst of it. So like, I think like going back and really listening, because like just like with Firm Friends, like yet again, very high quality rapping for a good amount of time, you know? So, and songs like Make Them Remember, he's spitting on there, bro. Like he's really like, and I think that's why for me personally, I enjoy it because I like lyrical content. Like, you know, everybody talk about
on some of these bars on this album was just like whack.
Bro, like, but I'm saying it's like there's not every bar is gonna hit. Not every bar is gonna hit, but it's like it's a lot of high quality rapping on there, bro. That's just like, as I said, I think give it more than one listen. I think it's a little bit different when you're only going off of first one reaction, you know, like in particular circumstances. Like, I think like go back and listen and really like just sit down with the album, you know, like really listen to what he's saying. And I said, I think you'll feel a little bit different personally. Cause I said like he is, yeah, Kyle, like I said, like he's rapping at a very high level. It's like, as I said, not every bar, and just even as I said, like people want to highlight, oh, this bar didn't hit. This is what y'all say y'all like. But then it's just like y'all not highlighting where it's just so much more. Like I said, Make Them Remember it in itself, bro. Like that song, like you can't tell me he not spitting on that, bro. You just can't tell me he not spitting on there. Like, I don't know. That's just, and as I said, it's not even coming as a friend. It's just like, if you like rap, this is like when it dropped, when it leaked, because that's the song that leaked. That's the 1 a.m. in Albany track or whatever that leaked. Everybody was talking about how he was going crazy. So I was saying, like, you know, like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, realistically, like, he's spitting on there, bro. Like, he's spitting throughout this entire album, you know? So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. But, hey, the other album, They Ride, too. It's not an island album. It's like club. Like, you know, he getting kind of into like his house music bag again. that I think, you know, it starts off so funny. It's one of my favorite little intros on the beginning of the whole phase, because it was like, it's like, what do you think I needed to stop doing, Mom? You need to stop traveling the world. You know, you're doing too much. You've seen it all. You know, she was like, you blowing my day. I'm having motion, Mom. And then, you know, then it pop in. But it was funny. So as I said, it gives you a little bit of everything, and that's what I appreciate about it too. It's like, I think we take for granted the fact that this is an artist that can do so much. It's like, I understand, you know, you want him to get on his, like, I want a themed album, you know? I want, you know, as you said, like, and I get it, because the artists that you like, they will, like a Lil Dicky and stuff like that, you know, and I like these artists too, but it's like, that's not what I'm expecting from Drake. What I'm expecting from Drake is high quality raps, some stuff to make you dance, some stuff to get you in your feels. He hit all three of those, you know? So that's why I feel like, you know, what more, like I said, I feel like I get with the elevation of, like, you could talk about Adonis. I want to hear more about your life. But at the same time, I'm like, he's hitting the marks, in my opinion. So as I said, but you gotta, I don't know. I guess maybe once y'all listen to the other two in full, you know, y'all can tell me how y'all feel about them. You know,
I was gonna say I gotta get off 115, but I was gonna ask, like, maybe because I've heard Iceman, maybe next episode we go. We ain't gotta spend like we ain't gotta spend as much time as we did on this one, but like maybe next episode I go more in depth about the other albums, because the songs that I've heard off of Maid of Honor. Let me put a track list up real quick. The songs that I have heard off of there, it was the song that he had with the Chicago girl. What's her name?
Iconic Sexy.
Yeah, I heard. I'm already seeing on TikTok that's going up. Like
Savvy.
Yeah, Iconic Savvy. They posting that up on there. Which one was already out? Cool song. No, I don't think it's whack. It's cool. Cheetah Print. Yeah. That's the one that I'm seeing people slander it. I'm not mad at it. Like, it reminds me of like a Kanye West like new workout plan. It's not meant to be like overly serious type of song on there. And I feel like that about some of the songs, like in general. A lot of these songs is like, even if he's Drake, so he can rap his ass off, but a lot of these songs I feel like he wasn't. It's like very sarcastic, tongue in cheek. Like it's like he's addressing everything that happened the last 2 years, but it's not the perspective of I'm trying to win the battle again, because it's already out of his hands. Like, he already knows he can't go back. And so a lot of times it just feels like certain lines where he's talking about you know, streams vanishing. It's a lot of petty, sarcastic, funny lines on specifically on Iceman, but just sprinkled throughout, you know, the 3 albums from what I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'll say that's another thing that I enjoy. I don't really think in Maid of Honor and Habibti, like, he doesn't really talk about none of the other stuff he was talking about. It's like, I got it all out in Iceman, and then from there we just gonna keep it moving, you know? Like, let's get back to what we like to do, you know? And I definitely agree with he has some songs on here where it's just like the Cheetah Print song, like, you know, everybody talking about with the Sexy Red part. It's like, oh, bro, like, I can't believe he put this on here, you know? But I mean, I think it's just, you know, just having fun. You know, the BBW song kind of crazy. It's like, it's not like OD crazy, but it's just like, when I was listening to it, I was like, wow, okay, he really did this. But I don't know. As I said, I enjoyed it. I enjoy it because it's like, you know, let's just have some fun with it, you know?
Hey, that Son of Sandy song is not good, though.
You don't like the Son of Sandy song?
As somebody who, let me not say, I think I might have played it once. Keep in mind, I'm somebody, like, there's a lot of Drake songs that people hate that I like. That song Rescue Me that came out a couple years ago, that was fire to me. I didn't think Ratchet Happy Birthday. Everybody says that's his worst song. I don't think that's a bad song either. So like,
Oh, Ratchet Happy Birthday slide.
yeah, so there's a lot of songs that people don't like about him now. Like, but from what I heard, that wasn't the best offering. But I can go back and listen to it.
I think one thing that I've kind of learned with some of like Drake's music, because even as I said with Janice STFU, like when I first heard it, I was just kind of like, what is this? Like, do I like this? I kind of don't. Like, I was just like, this is all right, Sandra Rose hits. I'm not the biggest fan. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But like I feel like it's some of his music is like after you get a chance to you listen to it and then it's just like digested. Maybe like after a couple listens, you're gonna be like, okay, I actually kind of rock with this, And I don't know, but I think there's a lot of artists who are like that where you can. I think just music in general. I don't think music is ever supposed to be consumed and truly judged off of just one listen. You can have your initials and impression unless some stuff is just really trash. There's some stuff that's really bad in this world. Like I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's a few people, but I'll say even like Playboi Carti for the longest, I was not a fan. I thought all that stuff was trash. I'm gonna keep it a buck, all of it. I was like, you had me with Broke Boy, you had me with Magnolia. After that, I was just like, bruh, when he started doing the squeaky voice and all that. But then as time went on, like you listen to it more, you're like, okay, all right, I see the vision here. I get the vibes of what you got going. And now I'm understanding why people are enjoying this. So, and I think sometimes that like music in general is supposed to be consumed like where you listen, you digest it, then listen to it for different things each time. You feel me? Like I think after maybe like 3 listens, you don't rock with a song, you don't rock with a song, But that's just how I like to consume my music, I feel because sometimes you can hear something and be like, bro, what? Like, this is not it. So.
And I just want to say this real quick, just to be totally honest, as a Drake fan, because Mo said it earlier, just be transparent. I'm very aware, as Drake said himself, I'm very aware, and I've tweeted this out, that like peak Drake, prime Drake, like we was in high school 2009 to 2013, like that era can't be duplicated for me, mostly because of age or what it was at the time. And I just think obviously the music was I'm not gonna say every song, but like the albums were better than what they are now. I would say from So Far Gone to If You're Reading This Too Late for me is like my favorite era of Drake. But I don't think that Iceman is like at the bottom of his discography. I think it's right now it would be somewhere like in the middle. I don't think it's one of his lower works at all. And Room for Improvement, he was there before me. Was Replacement Girl on there or Room for Improvement?
I want to say so.
I'm not sure, but that was the first one that was getting played on MTV Jams. But I'm saying it to say at this point in my life as a Drake fan, like I got enough iconic music from you that I'll listen to from my teenage, early 20 years. As long as you give me like 5 or 6 joints per album that I can keep, I'm cool, bro. Like I don't like I got Take Care, I Got Nothing Was the Same. I'm not really expecting him to give me just a classic full body of work at this point.
Bro, City of Mine used to be my song, bro.
AM to PM is one of my favorite Drake songs.
Yeah, bro.
Yes, y'all got on him kind of early because we've had this conversation before about like when we started listening to Drake. But yeah, for me, it really was like that early. I knew Replacement Girl, but it really was like that early 2009, like So Far Gone coming out, and then the Young Money songs around that time starting to come out, like Every Girl and all that stuff. He said, as a Mexican, I wish Drake could have helped some Migos cross the border as part of the rollout. That would have been one of the crazier rollouts in rap history if he somehow, that definitely would have been never done before for sure.
That would have been, bro. That would have been crazy, iconic.
The good Iceman, right? Yeah, no, a different type of Iceman.
Nah, facts. But
Nah,
yeah, bro. City of Mind, which one? TOR on TO. DRAKE, that's me. You know how the story go. Yeah, bro. As soon as I saw that, I was like, bro, they gotta send a cease and desist, bro.
Yeah.
Oh no. You know who need to send a cease and desist?
Who?
The Jackson Estate. Y'all leave Michael Jackson alone, bro. Chris Brown put out one of the worst albums of his career, doing the Thriller pose, and now leave Michael Jackson alone, bro. If anything, like Mo said, okay, all right, yeah, the solo male, most number ones, he tied with Mike right now, or one behind Mike, so like you need one more to tie and then two more to break it. But I'm like, Mike still got Jacksons and the Jackson 5, like all of those. Like he's still, what I'm saying, a few songs ahead. Um, I'm saying all this just to say, bro, like there'll never be another Michael Jackson. Like, leave Michael Jackson alone, bro. It's cool. It's cool. Like I get everybody's aiming for the top. Like that's the entire point of like competition. But like respect Michael Jackson, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Did y'all think it was? I'm not gonna say weird. Did y'all think it was kind of like? I did think it was weird that the album cover, like he had this whole rollout for like Iceman, where everything was like ice themed. I know it was based off the serial killer, the Iceman. I forget his first and last name, but do you think it was weird that like he had all this like ice themed stuff, and then the album cover has nothing to do with like anything? I really like it's just Michael Jackson's glove. He had the whole like the ice structure with the release date in it and all these videos and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was very surprised by that. This is definitely not the cover I was expecting.
Yeah.
I saw I was thinking the same thing, and I saw the JBP talk about it. Like they were saying, I think he's gonna come with another album. I still think he is too. Like not like immediately, but I think in a like few months. Right.
Do y'all think he's staying independent or he's gonna sign?
I don't know. I mean, there's always all these speculations that, it's some Saudi company on the table right now offering him billions, I don't know. But I think, what he'll probably do, if anything, is like be in a more independent like deal. But then I expect like the Saudis, they could just do distribution for your stuff, and you still get that B. That ain't nothing to them. So I think I don't know. I'm interested to see what he does, but I think that's another reason why I feel he probably going to drop some more music later this year. Cause it's like, shoot, like I'm finna now recoup all of this or a good bit of this, or me to drop this is finna put me in the billions. Yeah, like go ahead, let's do it.
Yeah, I think Drake's version of independent is not anybody else's version. Like even if he's not technically signed to a major label, he's gonna have a bunch of people surrounding him, working for him, like marketing teams, all type of stuff. So he'll still have like a heavy staff and things like that, but he might not, because Kanye technically he's not on a major label right now either. He's on it's called like Alamo or something like that.
Yeah, I was literally just about to mention that. I'm like Kanye's independent, and it feels different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when he drops and stuff like that, it does feel a bit different. I mean, in my opinion. But yeah.
I get what to an extent. Yeah, I feel like part of that is his doing too, because he,
Yeah, 100%.
he was wild. But overall, yeah, it's not the same as when I definitely think, because what's the song he has with Travis? Preacher Man. I think that song, and I think the other one, All the Love. I think those would be way bigger songs right now if he was on a major label.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean he caught Carnival independent, but that was kind of it. Like I think that's why he celebrated Carnival so much, because he punched through like cancel culture and being independent. But like all the albums with Ty Dolla $ign, Bully, like the hype was there behind Bully, and then it dropped, and I don't know. It was just weird. It's just weird.
Nothing Was the Same versus This Is Insane. Nothing Was the Same is his best body of work. That's his to me personally, that's his best album. Like I ran that back. I listened to, because I when I first listened to the album, I'll be honest. First listen, it was like a 5 out of 10 for me. I was kind of disappointed. And then second listen, it went up to like, I'll say like a 6.5 out of 10 for me right now. And I need to listen to it again front to back to see where I have it at. Because certain songs are starting to grow on me, but yeah, I got Nothing Was the Same number 1. Right now, if I had to rank, and we're not gonna do a full Drake album ranking, but right now, this would probably be somewhere. I'd probably have this somewhere on the same level as like Certified Lover Boy and Thank Me Later. Those albums are on like the same level to me as far as like being albums that are like not my favorites. I don't go back to them that often, but they're not bad albums to me.
Thank Me Later is number 5 for me.
Number 5.
Yeah, because like I think Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, If You're Reading This Is Too Late, and Her Loss are all better than that. Then from there I'll put in Thank Me Later.
Yeah, the top 3 for me is definitely Nothing Was the Same. I had Take Care over Nothing Was the Same for a long time, but as I've gotten older, Nothing Was the Same is definitely a better album to me than Take Care. Yeah, I got Nothing Was the Same number 1, Take Care number 2, If You're Reading This Is Too Late number 3. I'm way higher on More Life than a lot of people. Like I played More Life. I listened to that the other day too. More Life. Her Loss was, from what I heard, Her Loss was fire. Yeah, Her Loss was fire.
You said from what I heard, you ain't listen?
I've been in a weird relationship with Drake's music the last 3 years, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like,
bro, you ain't listened to all of Her Loss?
Not front to back, no. I've probably heard the songs that I've heard. He's rapping his ass off. Like he's going like super duper crazy. Like
her loss was like no skips, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I'm telling you, as someone like I ain't realized how much. I was like, dang, I guess I never really like fully probably y'all naming these albums. I'm like, that one was in. That one was I was like, maybe, like Mo was saying, Drake just not my, saying full speed, you know what I mean? But Her Loss from top to bottom, that was no skips for me.
All right, let me.
But I'm biased. I'm from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm from Metro Atlanta. I'll say that. I'm from Metro Atlanta. So it's an Atlanta album.
I just went back to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers today, so I need to be fair and go back to Her Loss as well.
This was your first time listening to Mr. Morale?
Not first time listening to it, but front to back, I hadn't listened to it front to back since it came out. I would always listen to like certain songs off of there. I know certain songs off of Her Loss. Let's Have Sex in the Night. I forget what the name of that song was, but
bro, Hours in Silence, bro. That was Privileged Rappers, but Hours in Silence, bro, man. That's the one he got to hit bag on that one.
What's the other one? It's called like Middle of the Ocean, I think.
Yeah, Middle of the Ocean.
Yeah. I need to go back to that.
With the Lotto flow.
Say it again.
I said with the Lotto flow.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a whole nother conversation right there. They think Cody wrote it. Yeah, no, I would have just quickly. I Nothing Was the Same. Take Care. If You're Reading This Is Too Late, definitely top 3. And then I would have, I might have More Life number 4, and then probably Scorpion 5.
Okay.
I'm not doing mine tonight.
Yeah, I know you're not a. Yeah, I know.
Okay. If I had to do one off top, I'll say like Take Care 1. Shoot, I low key might go. Her Loss number 2 over If You're Reading This Is Too Late, because if you're reading This Is Too Late, listening back to the full thing, I'm like, it's not the full thing. It's
shout out Kyle, that boy no ball.
No, he said we both agree. Like that definitely is one of the main standout songs on there. That Janice STFU for sure. Like that's one of the ones that's jumping out.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not all the top to bottom. So I'll say that. So I give the edge to her loss. And then I really want to say like Scary Hours 3. I really like that in terms of just like what I would want from Drake. And then I would say after that, what will I say? If you're reading, I already said if you're reading this, it's too late. I did. Okay. I guess nothing was the same after that. And then the first one when he first went mainstream with the "Ain't my everything," that's
So
Thank
far,
Me Later
Bring me later, yeah.
with the Alicia Keys and the Nicki Minaj and Swiss Beats joint. Uh, then after that, then it started to get tricky, you know what I mean, all that stuff. But yeah, that's like my top 6.
Thank Me Later got a lot of great songs on it. It's just the way it was structured. Like it's not necessarily. I'm about to use the album review buzzword. Cohesive. It wasn't as cohesive as the other albums, but it definitely some great songs.
The phonic wasn't cohesive to the project.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the type of words they like to use. Nothing was the same. Kawachi says nothing was the same. Number 1. Yeah, Take Care. Number 2. Scorpion 3. See, oh man. See, I don't.
It don't matter.
You notice that none of us said views though. I'm glad I'm listen. I'm not letting y'all rewrite history, bro. I was there in 2016.
But that's my favorite Drake song though, which Mo knows. That's my favorite Drake song. Came from Views.
On Views?
Yeah.
Which song?
I should be downtown whipping on the way to you.
Feel no ways.
You got something that belong to me.
Views is a good album. It's just, man, like I think people forget, bro. They marketed that album for like 2 years straight. And then in between him marketing the 2 years, he dropped
the dish back to back.
He dropped that. He dropped because he started promoting it in 2014, like beginning of 2014. He dropped Drake did have a feature with Michael Jackson. And I thank God that In My Feelings popped off so they didn't have to put that song out as a single.
It don't matter to me.
That was like bad, like and not bad, but it was like generic H&M music that they had Michael Jackson singing on.
Yeah, that's honestly one of my least favorite Drake songs.
I never played that song.
Yeah, like I because honestly, when I heard it, I was just like, I like Brad. Like, I don't know. I'm not with putting people who aren't here music on your stuff. You know, like it'd be different if y'all was working on this and then it's like, oh, we never got around to dropping it. You know, it's like, would Michael have been this feature if he was alive? There's a good chance that's a no.
It's a throwaway track. Why would he want a throwaway track out? Period.
Facts. That was the other thing. I was just like, bro, this not even like Michael best stuff, you know? Like, you should have just sampled Michael, you feel me? Like, not getting the real, like, the actual vocals from him, but I guess, you know, it's like, if you can, you know, why not?
Michael Jackson only had one posthumous songs that I played, and we talked about it on here before. The song with Justin Timberlake.
Oh, that one. Oh, but that's going up there with Michael Jackson. That's Michael Jackson level.
That's the only posthumous Michael Jackson song that I had that on rotation summer 2014. You see, I feel like the Iceman videos were better than the song. The videos have been crazy from what I've seen.
A lot of people said that. Like, I think I need to watch the full. If they have a replay of the full stream, to where I don't get cut up.
I don't know if they have to replay the stream when
that happened because I didn't want to spoil the album.
Right, it's so funny. So, like, you know, Jelani, you saw I texted in the group. So, like, as soon as I saw, because, you know, of course, I watched the stream. And I was watching the stream, and I'm watching it. I'm like, bro, this is so hard. Like, he has, like, the visuals, you know, and I'm rocking with the songs. And then at the end, how he debuted it, like, that he was about to drop 3 albums. He was like, I made this so I can make this and this. And I was just like, what? Bro, I called Rashad immediately. I was like, bro, because, you know, I know we finna react to the album. I was like, but, you know, he was on the phone. I was just like, Brad, 3 albums dropping tonight. I don't know. I guess we'll figure out which one we're going to do. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, like that was a dope moment. Just watching it in real time and everything, I was like, oh my gosh.
But that was the reason why I was rushing at the end, where we did less stops at the end, because I was low-key going just try to see how far we could get.
Right. Nah, facts. Yeah, that was crazy. I wish we could have definitely got through the whole thing, man. But hey, say cheese, man. Mark your days.
Hey, Kick, if y'all so lenient on everything, if y'all allow copyrighted full album reactions, I'll do a Kick exclude, even though y'all like kind of promote racism. You know what? Never mind. I ain't selling my soul. What about Rumble though? Rumble, I feel like but whoever allows you to do that copyright music stuff, I love an app like that, something like that.
Yo, Rashad, how does Lost in Vegas get to do their reviews?
I don't know how anybody gets to do their reviews, to be honest, bro. I don't know how anybody gets to do that.
I've been seeing like they going song by song.
But I think also another part of it is like it'd be there'll be like videos, you know what I'm saying? Not live. Like I don't think anybody can live stream because Zias and B-Lou, like they the biggest, you know what I'm saying, in the black space and they got shut down. So it's like I think if Lost in Vegas went live, they would shut it down. But Lost in Vegas, since they do videos, they probably have had times where they uploaded it and then YouTube blocked it and they had to like tweak a couple of little things, you know what I'm saying, to get it up.
True. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I had no clue who they were until that J. Cole interview.
Yeah, me neither. Like I thought that was legit. Y'all saw how I sent it to y'all. I thought that was really his cousin. Right. I didn't know it was just a joke.
I found him during the I don't watch their stuff that often, but I found him during the Kendrick Drake beef. That was one of the main people that was react. Oh yeah, just to tie a bone. And do y'all think he was I think Drake? Do you think he took any shots at Cole on there, or was it just like him acknowledging?
No, I think so because if Maul say so, bro, like Maul and academics, like Drake made it apparent through this rollout. They know what anything pertaining to Drake, they know what he mean when he says stuff because Drake probably told him straight up.
Well, I mean, I feel like he addressed it pretty clearly with the line of him talking about how like because of our history, I still got love for you, but you know, just like pretty much you never called me back, like because I don't know the exact on what song it is, but yeah, he was like because of our history, I got love for you, but because you never called me back, it's just like I'll never forgive you.
After Big 3, it was too many chefs in the kitchen.
Yeah, right. I remember. Yeah.
But and that goes into what I was saying with like, you know, like when we had that discussion, kind of like that is kind of like, especially if the man reached out to you, or like I think in the midst of that, like you could have.
I have no problem. I was just gonna say I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with him taking a shot at LeBron. Like I have no problem with all of these responses. I just ain't like how it was like took up so much of the dang project. But you know, like you said, it was 2 other projects where he's not talking about it at all. So you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We move.
Yeah, no, facts. That I'll just say, like, man, cause you know, Cole, I'm like, Brad, like, you know, that's one, you know, I told you that's my favorite rapper, you know.
Like, Cole been outed as a sucker this entire time, from the apology to now. Cause it's like you can apologize and say like blah, 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 blah. Keep the track up. You deleted the track and said it's the wackest thing I ever did. When this ain't the first time you done did somebody in a rap, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then the interviews are just like, oh yeah, for my peace and sanity and da 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 da. And the internet got us all tweaked out. And I was like, here's my one question, because he ain't, you know what I'm saying? After the desk, he ain't gonna know, you know what I'm saying? Here's my one question to follow up. When you talking about the internet, was the internet so bad when it helped you as a blog era rapper and it worked mostly to your benefit? Was the internet all evil then, or is it just evil because it turned its back on you? That, you know what I'm saying? That's all I want to know. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the same internet. You rapped about the haters on the internet, and then, you know, I don't like that, bro. Me personally, I don't like that. I appreciate him going to the people and doing the interviews and stuff like that, but like I ain't like that. I just feel like he been moving on like like a sucker, bro. Like, and you know what I mean? I'm respectfully, as respectfully as you can say that, but Cole just ain't been moving as an honorable man. And like it's even worse when you're not moving as an honorable man and you trying to act like, you know what I'm saying, the victim, like, oh, I ain't even doing nothing. I ain't even doing bro, you doing the most out of all three, to be honest, because at least Kendrick and Drake can stand on their hate. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like, it's just whack to me, bro.
Yeah. No,
Iceman is a villain album. Yeah, it definitely is I would say a villainous album, but not
Iceman, no, Mr. Not More Nice Man. Go ahead, Jelani.
but not in like an aggressive way. Like I definitely feel like I'm not mad at. First off, I already knew. We said this before. Like I don't know what nobody was expecting him to. Oh yeah, absolutely shot the camera on in that interview. Yeah, no, I don't know what people were expecting, bro. Like I don't know what y'all thought he was going to address on this album. Like for the last 2 years, that like you said, that's been his life. Like there was no way that he wasn't going to address everybody that took a shot at him. And I just like I do overall. I like the way he went about it. Is it my favorite Drake album? No, but is it my least favorite Drake album? No. And from a rapping standpoint, I do think just lyrically, this is one of his better performances on a rap album.
No, facts. Yeah. And as I said to the point about real quick the point about Cole, as you said, like he has the stuff he's been doing has been real. So I don't even want to, I don't even want to go that far and say he's a sucker. You feel me? Because it's like it hurts my heart to say that. You feel me? Like Cole been like the definition of the real, like So it's like I want to still, as a fan, I guess, find some way to be like, all right, maybe there's a reason for this, and it's like X, Y, and Z, but everything he said in them interviews is just like, and then as I said, just the fact of just being like, you talking about you going on these interviews, so like, that would have pissed me off. I'm not even gonna lie. You going on these interviews talking about, I mean, everything good, still good on my end.
Hey, look, look. That man Joe Budden said, all right, Cole literally, he obviously has a problem with the phone. he had a problem with because Cameron called him out on it. Now Drake calling him out on it. He's obviously bad with the phone. And I'm like, oh yeah, that was spot on for sure.
But I think, at the end of the day, all these people are human. All these people are just men like we're men. And some people don't know how to really deal with like some of these moments, because it's like, I guess realistically, I mean, all the stuff you said on these interviews, I guess you could have said to Drake, but it's maybe from Cole's perspective, it's like, what am I finna tell this man? It's like what you really did just
on the phone, bro. Like,
yeah,
like, as a man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like breaking up with a girl, cheating on a girl, like. You broke her heart, everything right. What can I say to you to make the situation better? You can't say anything. But like you gotta be a man and at least face the person, talk to them. You can't just never speak to them again once they found out you cheated. You gotta say something. You're a man. I mean, that's just the way it goes.
And that's what you would expect out of, people. But then as I said, there's a lot of people who they, that's tough for them. And it's like, it's really like, do I really want to deal with all this? Because, at the end of the day, I'll say last thing is like, at the end of the day, it ain't really going to affect your life like that. If you never talk to Drake ever again, it's okay. Like you got your family, you married. It's like, I got my fan base. Like, I appreciate you taking me on tour. This was lit. We went up, we did our big one, but it's like, me having to have this uncomfortable conversation and trying to mend things and all that different stuff. It's like, as he said, I want to protect my peace. I'm at peace with what I did, So to him, that may be how he feels. It's like, hey, I don't even want to have to do all that. Y'all, you got it, bro.
Hey, Wale, Big Sean, I need one of y'all to give me the song where y'all saying, and this one takes the cakes, but what? Then this one takes the cake, but what happens when the real really gets exposed as fake? I need that bar from one of y'all, like coming up, because y'all the ones that's gonna have to say it to Cole, bro.
You might have to start ghostwriting.
Man, come on now.
Hey, speaking of, hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, we really want to take it back to where the sucking stuff might have started. That whole Wale situation. When he talking about, I told him like, how I felt next day, this man dropped the whole song. Like I think we all kind of overlooked it.
That's all I'm saying with the whole Cole, like I'm not even bro, you've been doing it your whole career. We were there.
Wait, hold on. Our boy said Logic the realest in the game.
Oh, I don't know any beefs that lot. I mean, I think he beefed with like Jordan Lucas, and then they did a song. Like that's the only beef I remember. And then he was beefing with Joe Budden a little bit. I don't know any.
I respect Logic for standing on his square. Like listen. I know I look like a white man, but I have a black father. I'm getting that word off.
I like when Logic went independent and just stayed, independent and underground and
facts.
Because he like I'm gonna tour with G-Eazy in 2026. I don't care what anybody has to say about me. I like this life better than when everybody was ridiculing me after I put out 1-800. I respect it.
Right. Yeah, he could have if he wanted to. He could have stayed super famous and went like he low-key could have did what like Jelly Roll did if he wanted to. That's something just completely crossed over. But nah, I respect that.
Shout out Logic. But yeah, Mo, that whole thing, bro, because he did that about 2-3 times. There were major viral moments in his career, and he's just acting like he's never done like this was the first time he's ever done it against Kendrick. And he's like, man, I feel so bad, bro. Like, it's like, bro, just stand on it. That's how he felt in the moment. Because even on the song, you're saying, you're my brother. I don't want to have to do it to you, but I'm going to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Ain't no one took that as you hated Kendrick, But anyways, we got to get out of here. We went 13 minutes over when Jelani said.
Oh, it's all good, bro. We had already. It was already. I just wanted to get off really before like 2 a.m. But we good now. We got 2 hours, so we sure.
Yeah. So good pod, boys. It felt like the first pod in a minute. Even though we just podded last week. I don't know what is. Does that mean like I just like care about y'all? Pause.
No, it has technically been 2 weeks. You ain't gotta say pause to caring about two people who know since teenage. Well, you know him way longer than me, but since you know me since a teenager, I've known
Mo for 20 years.
I was just gonna say, yeah, y'all.
That sound crazy. That sound crazy. Probably nah, because 2006 was spring, so the fall semester of 6th grade is 2005.
Yeah,
so I've known Mo for 21 years. Dang, that make it sound old.
Bruh. I've known y'all I met Rashad. I think I met Rashad senior year. Yeah,
but we kind of was cool like junior year with basketball.
Yeah, I think we like loosely know. I'm trying to remember exactly because I want to say I met Mo first, but I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. You definitely met Mo first.
Where we met each other.
It was probably like just a joint of showing up to the student section type deal, and like over time we just became cool like that for real. And Twitter,
because I don't know if we had any class. I know I used to see you a lot.
We didn't have no classes until senior year.
No. I'm saying I used to see Mo at Chef Pratt's. I used to see him in the classroom a lot, but he was in the program before I was though. So like we wasn't on the same. Like he was more advanced with the chefing than I was.
Bro, saying Chef Pratt is like mad local.
No, that's how you know we've been
like, we got all these people from around the world just listening to us talk about Drake, and then we like, Chef Pratt, and
we doing
D Block.
I see you switch the background up. You feeling icy?
Bro, I didn't think about it till now. Cause I had like a little blue light on, but then I was like, bro, I should have did a background.
Yo, I was gonna comment on. I was gonna say like, bro, you look like you in the movie like Moonlight right now with the lighting.
Yeah,
I didn't know if it was on purpose that she was doing it.
Yeah, I put a little blue light on.
Okay. I noticed it. I just didn't know if it was on purpose.
Freeze the world. But yeah, bro. Now that you think, hey, it's funny, Jelani. Now that you say that, I think that's probably where we did become friends in culinary. I used to always go to when I was in culinary 2, I used to go to the culinary 1 class all the time. So I could see us probably like linking there too. Cause I don't think we had any actual classes together.
I don't think we did, and I don't even remember. I think the first time I remember ever hanging out with you, I promise you, we about to get off here after this.
I was about to say, shout out all our listeners in the UK.
Yeah. Oh, we have people in the UK. Listen, for the people in the UK, look up Marietta High School in Marietta, Georgia. That's where we're from. Yeah, real quick. I remember us going to like a talent show together, like, or me meeting you at a talent show. This is like 2011 maybe, but yeah. Anyway,
I think that was the one I saw. I'll never forget. There's a particular WNBA player that we went to school with, and like she had transferred by this point, but she had came back for the talent show. Yeah, we're gonna have to help up after this. So I remember she was like right in front of me in line, and Shorty was so tall. I remember it was just like that thing was like right there in my face.
in your face.
All right, y'all. Hey, man. Hey, great pod, fellas, man. Let the people know where they can find you on social media, bro.
You can find our official TikTok, the 1 a.m. pod on TikTok, and then the 1 a.m. podcast on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You can find me at Rubberband Mo on TikTok. You can find me at RBMO __ on IG, and you can find me on X.
Bruh, I'm gonna tell you why I was late this time. I was opening up the TikTok to see if I got the name right, if it was an underscore under there. So I was looking at the screen or whatever, but no, it is the
Bro, I'll be trying to drag it a little bit too, and I'll be like,
next week, I'm back where I need to be. I'm back in my bag.
Bad, we in there. But yeah, you find me at on X at Monos _. Find me on all streaming platforms at RBMO. Listen to Till It Get I have my song Till It Gets Old on my tape In Between Time. I got a single out, Don't At Me. Yeah, so as I said, show love. If you rocking with it, let me know. Go ahead and just shoot me a little DM or something, you feel me? But yeah, other than that, we out.
Yeah.
We got 1 follower on TikTok. If we can get to 5 followers by next pod, y'all going. If you got little cousins, little whoever you got that's on TikTok, follow the TikTok right now. Shouts out Lame Secute and Paxful as well.
Yes, sir.
We got 300. We got nearly 400 views on this video on 2 videos, and we only
had 2 likes. Okay,
we got 700 views on this video.
Yeah, Jelani, I didn't know you were doing it like this.
I need to be more consistent because it's been like a week since I posted on here. But I'm going forward. I'm gonna try to do 3 a day because it really only be taking me like an hour, 30 minutes, like an hour to do the clips. So I'm definitely gonna try to do more starting tomorrow.
Road to 2 followers on TikTok, man. Y'all get us to 2 followers.
Road to 2.
You know what I'm saying? Road to 2 for sure.
Oh, my parents are listening to the podcast too.
Oh man, that's fire.
Oh,
yeah.
Parents, man.
Hopefully they stopped at about 2 hours.
Yeah, I know people be like, you know what I'm saying? Folks be listening to my stuff. I'll be hoping they don't. But you got to think the lives are crazy because some people, you know what I'm saying? You like, oh, you ain't going to hear us 3 hours in. But some people on the lives, they won't jump in until now. Right. So this would be the first few minutes and if they jumping in anonymously because they just scrolling on their phone, and then you like, oh yeah, the booties was in of it,
Right, these boys be wilding on here.
Right. We ain't even talk about Drake like the first 50 minutes of this episode.
Yeah.
I think that was a good topic though,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But all right, young boys and gals, we shall see you next week on 1 a.m. pod. Shouts out to the chat. Shouts out to Kyle Walton, Lane Secute and Paxful, Dan for stopping by, showing love for a little bit. Who else showed love today? Max, 5-star. Shout out 5-star. My brother Aaron Ladd, aka TV Man. Shouts out to King Phillip as well, showing love, man. We'll see y'all boy next week. And gals.
Yo, real quick. I didn't know where Jelani was finna go when he was like, yeah, you know, it looked like you was in Moonlight.
Oh. No, see, I ain't mean it like that. Just the way the poster looks, like, yeah. No, definitely not that.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Now, throw your motherfucking hands.
Get 'em high.